live here from Rockingham. This is the NAOR Series All-Star Race, live here on JCTV. I'm Josh Copperl. I'm joined by Adam Kuhn and Jonathan Canfield. How you guys doing?
Even Josh, I'm doing well. Excited to be here again and call this All-Star Race for the NAOR series. Excuse me there. Rockingham should be fun track here, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun track. Kind of like a short track, but it's a little on the big side for a short track. I'd say kind of the medium track. Not a normal track on any schedule as far as iRacing goes. Kind of just a fun track, but old school. I think we were talking about it off air earlier that trucks raced here maybe 10 years ago. So not a track on the regular NASCAR circuit, but good to see them come back to Rockingham and hope to see a good show.
So, I know, John, you just got the track just a little bit before we went live. Me personally, I've had this track since I joined on iRacing, or we're pretty close to after being on it way back in 2017. I raced on this track in another league way back then, and I remember it was so difficult. I told myself I never wanted to race here again. And I have not even been in a Rockingham session probably since 2017, 2018. This track, it is tough. We're definitely going to see that tonight in the All-Star race. I think a lot of drivers trying to find grip, maybe trying to figure out where they can get back on the gas, where that limit is. Tonight, it's a different track than what these guys are used to. I'm looking forward to this one, and we're pretty close to getting into qualifying.
Just a reminder that the 7,
so with that being
9,
said,
23, and 71
Adam,
cannot qualify. We'll start
who
at the
is
back.
your pick to win tonight?
Race your way forward.
I'm going to go with the guy we're looking at right here, actually, the 17 of Zachary Meredith as he blinks out, as gets ready to grid for qualifying. He has been speedy in almost every race we've seen here on JCTV in this league, and he hasn't come up quite close up with a lot of wins yet and racking up tons of victories as we might have expected. One of many guys in that category, but he is having a lot of speed here, I think, at Rockingham tonight, Josh, and I think he's going to be one of those guys to look out for.
And it's a pretty good pick. John, who do you have?
Well, I penciled him last week, and he definitely surprised us, but still I penciled him last week and said to watch out for him. And even here in practice, I see him putting down good times. As he says, he's struggling with the track. But I'm going to go with Austin McGill here. Made his debut last week and an impressive showing at Suzuka, bringing home a first and a second place. I think he's got some momentum here. Looks like he's figuring the track out. He is one of the drivers with this format that is eligible to qualify. So I'm going to go with Austin McGill, and we're going to see where he qualifies.
And let's go ahead and ride on board, or at least watch McGill as he is getting out there, possibly for qualifying. Driving a little bit slow right now, but I'm going to go with the driver of the 20, Hunter Peach. He's always running up front, always running consistent. He had a couple of great races last week at Suzuka in that doubleheader. I think Hunter Peach, he's going to get it done tonight. Watch for that driver of the 20. Be up front when it matters. Cross start finish line first. So qualifying is underway. A couple of drivers have taken a time. We're now watching McGill as he has crossed the line for his start time on his first lap. So McGill coming through 3 and 4. We'll set his first lap. P2 for McGill, a 24.847.
The water off of turn 2 on his second lap.
And he did, and that'll probably discount the second lap. But one thing, as he hits the wall again, you got to notice Rockingham, bumpy track. And that could bring some struggles to some of these guys here tonight. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact, bumpy tracks are not fun to race on. You can really move around a lot, and no matter how smooth of a wheel you hold, it'll always bite you. Hunter Peach going across the line for his second lap. He's going to improve his first. He was already sitting P1 on the board after his first lap, just improving. So Hunter Peach right now, P1. Just over 6 minutes left in the session. No movement on track. I say that. Now we have Chris Wright out there. Showing number 8 on the board, but number 69 on the car. And that's the number he runs in the series as well, is 69 machine. So while we're watching Chris Wright, of course, this is the All-Star race. A little bit of a different, showing them what we're used to seeing from these guys. We're going to have 3 stages tonight. Stage 1 will finish on the conclusion of lap 25. Stage 2 will pick back up lap 26 and go to lap 45. Stage 3 will start lap 46, and the race end will be on lap 60. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with the rules of the NAOR Series, caution laps don't count. So these guys, they will have 60 laps of green flag laps tonight. And I think we're in for, 60 laps of exciting racing.
I agree, Josh and Jonathan. I think 60 laps is going to be all exciting. You mentioned the segments. 25 laps for that first stage is going to be really fun. If it goes green, these guys are going to get completely spread out all the way throughout the field, and then 2 15-lap sprints. And if they go green, they would be fun all the way throughout. And if we do get cautions, it's just going to shake it up even more and make it even more dynamic with unlimited tires in the pits, guys.
Well, I don't mean to correct you, Nick, but we are doing 25, 20, and 15 as I'm looking at the rules. But also another key important rule, every caution we have, you're on the lead lap, you must pit every caution. So that tire limit not really going to be in effect, but, I mean, we're not going to be talking about fuel strategy either, because every time we have a yellow, we're going to see guys that are on the lead lap coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think with how bumpy this track is, the old surface, you're really going to want to pit any opportunity you can anyway. So I didn't really expect it to be a strategy type race regardless.
Well, and while we're talking about format stuff, I'm sure a couple of the viewers may have noticed by now that we got some cars that have not taken a lap yet. There are 4 cars right now that did not qualify for this All-Star race but are being allowed to run in this All-Star race, and that will be the 7, the 9, the 23, and the 71. Those 4 drivers will not be allowed to qualify here. So everybody else able to qualify due to the fact that they qualified to be in this race.
Yeah, kind of a unique aspect of it as well. These guys having the opportunity to race in an all-star race. It adds a different way to get into the all-star race rather than having a race in. These guys, rules state, like you mentioned, they can't qualify, so they'll come from a back. I'm very curious to see how these guys will do working their way up through the field.
And as I'm looking at the qualifying times so far, I think we talked about it earlier off the live, Josh, but I haven't seen Zach Wareham reconnect to the session, and he has yet to take a qualifying lap here. One of the only drivers left to qualify that is able to qualify.
He's got just under 2 minutes left. Not sure if we'll see him or not, but
still, just going on what we've seen last week, I think, Josh, you and I can still say we're kind of in shock that two guys from outside the league get the opportunity to be in this race, and they don't have to do it from the open standpoint. They qualify for this race. Austin McGill and Zach Wareham.
yeah, absolutely, dominating the road course doubleheader last week. Those two, I'm still surprised, that they were able to do so. And it's not taking anything away from their talent. It's just coming into a league that they don't know, with a track that they weren't really familiar with. Because I remember you mentioning that they didn't even know what layout it was. Hadn't even really gotten that much practice. And then it's insane to see them come out here and really battle with these guys. Neither one of the wins came easy for either driver, but they were up front pretty much all race long, and great job to those guys for last week and earning their rights into qualifying for this race.
Absolutely. And you guys mentioned it. This isn't really a traditional circuit in leagues to begin with, so I wonder if they have any or much track time here to begin with in these cars. So we'll see how they'll shake up tonight against the rest of the field. And we know that they have fast over experience watching SJR, where they usually run from, of course.
Oh, yeah, and I've been keeping eyes out because this is me not trying to make myself sound biased, but I run with these two. These are two of my teammates in that Slide Job League. And Zach Wareham, although he's not going to make the call tonight, just huge shout out to him. He's been killing it lately in everything he's been in. He's got 2 wins this week already in 2 different leagues, and he's got 4 in a row in one of the leagues that he's in already. So, I mean, Zach's been on a tear. I wasn't surprised to see him come out and do well. But as I said earlier, definitely surprised by both of them to come out and run well and win races.
Let's go ahead and go through our starting lineup here. We have on the pole Hunter Peach, my pick to win, starting on the front row. Beside him will be the number 69 of Chris Wright. Jamil Hawkins will start in third with Josh Arnold to his outside, and Cole Snyder will start in fifth. Adam?
McGill in the 21 car was a Suzuka winner last weekend, is going to start alongside in row 3 with Zachary Meredith, in row 4 with Chapman in the 11 car this week. Ruiz in the 23, is going to be in row 5 alongside Chase McGuire in the 7 car. Jonathan?
If he was here, he would be starting 13th right now, but Zach Wareham not making the call. So next down the order will be, and I'm going to mess it up. I'll just take the butcher. Enrique Quinones. I tried. He will be starting, we'll call it second to last. And then I have the 71 of Mike Campbell starting shotgun in the field.
That is the starting lineup tonight for this All-Star race. $60 laps around this track for a chance at a total purse of $40. And we'll break down what the winnings will be a little bit later on for these guys. I believe it's going to be 2 pace laps here. Track is under a mile. See if that truck makes a turn in. And it is not. So we have, oh, there we go. We are heading to the green flag right now. And green flag is in the air. We are underway in the All-Star race.
Side by side down into turn 3, still with the 69 and the 20. Both of them battling hard here, trying to see who's going to lead coming across the line. Give it to the 69 of Chris Wright.
Oh, man. Hunter Page struggling underneath. Chris Wright, he's trying to hold it. He's just not able to, and there's not much of a gap he can fit into in front of that 4 machine. He's going to get there. But wow, just behind, so close. The 4, 21, 22, Hawkins, McGill, Arnold. McGill,
Ooh, and McGill,
not giving
little
up.
bobble. You see McGill trying to work that bottom line. It looks like he can get it rolling, but when there's a car on his outside and he doesn't have the room that he needs to come up the track, it's easy to get loose right there. And as we seen last time by coming out of 2, he just bobbled it.
Bottom line is so tight around this racetrack with another car around on your outside, and we saw Honda Peach had to back out of the throttle and give Chris Wright the lead early on, and Jamil Hawkins did a great job letting him in, not really letting him in line, but not forcing the issue when Peach had to let up. And then we see Josh Arnold right there up in 4th, trying to threaten up in the mix right ahead of these guys.
Yeah, I could tell early on this is going to be a highline dominant track. Just watching the way these guys are racing already.
It looks like McGill might have a run on the 24 here coming out of 4. Looks like he's trying to make the pass on the outside of Cole Snyder.
Cole Snyder sending it into the corner. He's going to wash up. That's going to open up the door underneath. McGill is going to drive on by. They're going to make contact. McGill up in the wall, turned around, spinning. Caution will be out. He saves it, but has a ton of damage on the front end of his machine.
I believe McGill got caught the apron off of turn 2 trying to make that pass on Cole Snyder and went up into the wall and put them both on the fence after making contact with the 24 car.
A lot of front end damage to that 21 machine.
Absolutely, and I mean, not to even call fault on anybody, I think it's a racing deal. I hear over the driver's radio, the 24 said not clear, but when I go back and look at it from far chase, I see both of them going to the same spot on the track, and it's just they come together at the same time. Nobody trying to give an inch there and fighting for the same real estate.
Right on board with McGill. Just see how much they're struggling right there. This is actually before the accident even occurred.
Now, I'm not going to say any driver's at fault for that accident, but I am going to say one driver goes up and one driver comes down and they meet in the middle. That's just what I see. Unfortunate for both drivers to have an incident here early on in the race. Hopefully McGill and Snyder get their damage fixed and they're back in contention for this.
So the rules state that every lead lap car has to come down pit road during a caution. The rules don't state what you have to do down pit road. Hunter Peach, he was in his box for 3.4 seconds. He's going to reclaim the lead. And Chris Wright is going to be 4th place. Once we go back green, of course, the scoring you guys see could be a little bit different because of the way that the caution laps don't count. I think for the most part it is showing the correct order. But you do have Hunter Peach in 1st, Arnold 2nd, Meredith 3rd, and Chris Wright 4th. Green flag is about to come back out, and it is in the air. We are underway. And Arnold going to the outside, trying to make a move.
Right up to 3rd already, trying to make up back those positions he lost on pit road. He flies right by Meredith, and here he goes in line, trying to chase down these two. Josh Arnold around the outside for the lead over Peach.
A quick pass for Arnold to take the lead. But look at Chris Wright already attacking that 20 machine, Hunter Peach, to get up into P2, try to take back what he had just before the caution. That's the race lead.
Right, trying to work the bottom, coming out of 4. Peach is on to his outside. They're still side by side. Looks like Peach clears. Peach tags the wall at the end of the straightaway there. Or maybe it was a bump. I didn't have the exact angle, but it looked like he might have caught a bit of wall. Still, Chris Wright sticking to the bottom now, has the 17 up on his outside. Double-edged sword being down there on that bottom. I think it can be a place to pass if you make the pass, but if you don't make the pass fast enough, there's going to be a car to your outside quick.
I think once somebody gets to your right rear, you have to drive it hard to stay with it. Still watching side by side between Peach and Wright.
And I mean, really a 3-car battle for the lead here, because Josh Arnold not pulling away from these 2 drivers either, even as they continue to battle side by side.
Yeah, Hunter Peach actually running Arnold back down. Go ahead, Adam.
And just adding on to Jonathan, Jamil Hawkins in 4th. He has been sitting in that 4th position all race pretty much, just watching Hunter Peach just either get past or attempt to pass cars, and here he is, just still right there in the 4 car, a couple of car lengths behind these guys, running door to door for 2nd, right there on Josh Arnold's tail. Right on his decker going into zone 3.
Chris Wright gonna get around Hunter Peach, put Wright in the P2. Hunter Peach looking underneath Wright. They're gonna be side by side. Oh, a little bobble out of Peach.
Oh, he tried to cross him over, but he couldn't get it done on the inside lane. It's just so tight on the inside for that 20 car, he can't make it work. And now Wright going for the lead.
I think Wright has the speed on the bottom. Some of these drivers haven't quite figured out yet, as we just mentioned. Hunter Peach bobbling on the bottom. I think Wright's got something figured out here. He knows how to make a pass on the bottom. We've seen him do it once. I think we're about to see him do it again.
I agree. Wright has been really speedy on the bottom, but last time through 3 and 4, he entered on the apron a little bit, and it really upset the car exiting 4. This time much smoother off the exit of 4 on the front straightaway. Still right there on owner, trying to throttle up a little bit more in turn 1. He's clear right now. Can he take a position? He does.
And right there, I think Arnold, he was racing hard because he wanted to save himself some dollars. Stage 1 winner will get $5 tonight. And Josh Arnold trying to save his money. Chris Wright with the race lead right now, but big battle for 3rd place is Hawkins and Peach side by side for the 3rd position.
And you've got the 17, Zachary Meredith, also just watching these two, but he's got what appears to be a little bit of damage to his nose. Not sure where he got that from, but not sure if his car is getting all the aero that it needs for this kind of a track. Very high speed type of, I guess you could call it a short track.
Yeah, I think I saw him get the wall like a lap or so ago racing Hawkins. I'm not sure if it contributed to the nose damage. If it did, but definitely would not help at all if that did at all. And you see Meredith right here racing Chase McGuire. With McGuire on the inside of the 17 car. Whoa, big slide there off of turn 2.
I'd have to go look real quick. The 7 is one of those drivers that did not get the opportunity to put down a qualifying time here tonight. So coming from the back, it looks like he started 10th up to 6th here. That's quite a bit of ground to make up in just 19 laps here. So, I mean, he's got speed. We'll see if he can keep it going.
Battle for second place. Hawkins has caught up to Arnold and trying to make a pass. He's going to use the low line. It'll be side by side off of 2 down the back straightaway. Arnold has the advantage going into 3 and will clear Hawkins. See if Hawkins can regroup here. Try that one more time. They're coming 5 laps to go here for the stage.
Hawkins looks like he gets another run on the bottom. He's going to take a look down into 3. Arnold goes high. Hawkins middle. Coming off of 4, Arnold hangs on to the position. And don't look now, here comes Hunter Peach to the outside of Hawkins.
Hunter Peach just going to drive around. Not quite able to clear Hawkins. Oh, into the wall.
In the wall. And that's going to lose him some time. Meredith gets around. McGuire is looking. McGuire gets around. Maybe not quite clear yet. Peach fighting back to the outside here.
Peach trying so hard not to lose that position. It is so hard to pass. He is going to stay ahead of McGuire. As McGuire now under attack from Jose Ruiz. Once again, these two, the 4, Hawkins, 22, Arnold, they're battling side by side. And
coming to the line this time, your stage 1 winner is going to be Chris Wright, but we're watching the battle for second between the 17, the 22, and the 4. Oh, is the 17 going to nose in front of the 4? He does. At the line, it is scored. Zachary Meredith has gone ahead of Hawkins there at the line.
so Chris Wright, winner of stage 1.
He did a great job doing it and pretty much unchallenged there at the end over everyone else in their own battle for that position back there. $40 on the line. Let's see if he can back up the rest. He's already pocketed 5 right there.
As we'll now see, it should be every car besides Austin McGill will have to hit pit road here. So we'll see if McGill stays out here, maybe get that lap back that he lost.
You see 21 is still out there. These guys coming down pit road. I expect 4 tires here. I think that's about what everybody is going for. As we start to see the race off pit road, it will be Wright, Meredith, Arnold, Hawkins, Peach, McGuire, and some drivers still sitting on pit road.
An interesting note here, all these drivers, we think about it, Miguel kind of singled out here, only driver a lap down, probably still has damage to fix. You look at the 17, looks like his nose has been repaired. The only driver here not able to go get tires, I don't think fuel's an issue here, but also has no, I don't know how you guys see it, I see no front clip on that car on my screen, or no front bumper.
Yeah, I do not see any bumper there at all. It is completely gone.
So at a track like this, I mean, yeah, good for Austin. He gets to get his lap back, but not sure how much pace he's going to have here coming down towards the last 2 stages of this race. But I can't confidently say after seeing some of the way he's raced previously that we could completely rule him out here with him getting his lap back.
So he is taking the wave around. We are 1 to green. So you'll notice these guys are single file. Single file restarts tonight, not double file. Kind of throwing it back old school. It's what these guys are all about. So they will line up single file here. And wonder if Wright is going to protect that outside lane. We saw on the previous restart, Arnold getting right to the outside of Peach, taking over the race lead. See what Wright does here. He's got Meredith all over his bumper as the pace truck is making its way down to pit road here in just a moment. And inside the zone they go. Green flag back in the air. And issues for Arnold. Not as bad as last week, but lost a couple of positions there.
Indeed he did, and I know talking to him last week, we Zachary Wareham kind of guessed it correct that Arnold started in first last week. I hope he wasn't trying to do it again here, but definitely some wheel spin on that restart might have just cost him some positions.
Good news is, like you guys mentioned, much better than last week, though. He didn't go spinning, and he's got a car intact right now, and he's still running up in the top 5 for the time being. And we still see the lead up here for Chris Wright.
As it appears the battle is on for second right now between the 4 and the 17. Hawkins and Meredith side by side down the back straightaway. Hawkins in deep. Let's see if he can make it stick. He does, but he's not clear.
Finally getting clear, not quite.
It almost caught the wall there entering 1, trying to chase the side of the 4 car. Hawkins now finally clear. Almost chased McGuire, almost spun out in the back. He saved it again back there. These 2 are going to continue to contest this position.
Tell you what, watching Meredith run against that wall, I was seeing shades of Kyle Larson or Tyler Reddick. I thought Meredith was going to hit that wall for sure, and he was right up against it. But he is now under pressure from Hunter Peach. Peach going up to the wall.
Josh Owen coming back up into the fight now, trying to get underneath the 20 car for a moment though. Now single back out in line in 5th. Going up to the wall with the 20 of Hunter Peach now.
$17. Looks like drivers are starting to move down to the bottom. Maybe the high side starting to go away here. I've seen quite a few drivers try to work the bottom of the track here later.
I am so surprised how close this battle is for second place. These guys are all over each other. Meanwhile, Chris Wright has pulled away a little bit.
Yeah, Chris Wright, borderline checking out here, just watching these guys in his mirror battle side by side, lap after lap, not having to worry about anyone contesting him, but even more so doing it on the bottom of the track where we've seen most of tonight so far through that first stage. The high side has been faster.
You know, it's definitely dawned on me that when we were doing our race picks, nobody picked Wright. Of course, John, you don't really know Chris Wright like Adam and I have seen. This man, he knows how to get out front early on in these races. And he definitely has shown that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much the fastest car of the season. And you mentioned it showing here tonight. Comfortable lead in that first stage, comfortable lead right now, and really impressive where now is Jamal Hawkins right now racing Zachary Meredith for the second position. Took that position right now over 100 Peach, and 17 followed in line right here as Peach goes almost towards the wall again. These guys is running up there and going all over the place through 1 and 2, trying to find the fastest way around this racetrack, diamonding the corner pretty much.
I want to give a shout out to Jamil Hawkins. He's not somebody that we really talk about too much. But he is running P2 under pressure from Meredith. Let's see who can get it. If Hawkins will hold on or if Meredith will take it. Meredith running strong. He's going to, I think, clear Hawkins. Hawkins, he is pretty much boxed in right now. He has Peach underneath, Arnold behind, and of course, Meredith just out in front.
And as these drivers continue to battle side by side for position, it was something all of us missed, but about 7 laps ago we had, I guess we could consider it our first retiree of the night. Austin McGill deciding to call it a night, maybe just not the pace he thought he was going to have with getting that lap back.
Yeah, he had a lot of...
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
He had a lot of front end damage. Very unfortunate, but I think that really killed the arrow and any chance he had tonight.
Josh Owen for a second, meanwhile, had passed Jamil Hawkins for that 4th position and couldn't quite take it back. They're racing again for it now. Arnold's still in 5th, but he's on the inside against that 4 car. Has the momentum right now off of turn 4, but now the 4 is going to get it back down the straightaway, and Hunter Peach is pulling away a little bit over these guys in 3rd.
There's only just a couple of laps left in this second stage as well. These guys continue to battle for the 4th position.
And as you go through the field, really, those two, the only major battle on track. You've got the 11 and the 23 are in proximity of each other, but not close enough to be battling yet. And then you've got our top three are just spread out, as now I'm noticing the 20 car catching the 17 of Zachary Meredith.
Wondering if it might be too little too late. Hunter Peach, he's got just a couple more chances at it. Try to get around Meredith. He's going to look low.
It'd be white flag this time by for this stage.
Meredith driving it in hard. He's going to have to check up.
Peach on the bottom. Will he clear him into turn 3?
Hunter Peach going to drive it hard into the corner. Stage is going to go to Chris Wright. And we go back. Look, Hunter Peach going to come across the line. P2 comfortably ahead of Meredith in P3. Hawkins. Then Arnold will round out our top 5. Caution is out. And another $5 in Chris Wright's pocket.
And I brought it up, but just outside your top 5, the 23, Jose Ruiz, did get around the 11 of Andrew Chapman. I can't English tonight. Sorry.
So I mentioned, I'll break down the winnings tonight a little bit later on. The pole sitter, rather, which was the 20 of Hunter Peach. He will get $5. So far, the other $10 that have been awarded, $5 for stage 1, $5 for stage 2, will go to Chris Wright. $5 for the most laps led, which looks like it very well be going to Chris Wright. $5 times 2. This is 2 different awards, that is. Post-race random draw, so 2 different drivers will win $5 in a random draw. And then $10 to the All-Star Race winner, for a total of $40. So far we've had $15 that have been claimed. And everybody down pit road. That stage was caution-free. So once again, I totally expect 4 tires here. And Chris Wright, Meredith. I'm not sure who got off P3. That was very close.
Very close indeed.
It looks like iRacing is going to award the spot to Meredith over Peach. And then behind him, you've got Hawkins and Arnold for the top 5. The 11 of Chapman picks the spot back up on Jose Ruiz on pit road. Then it's Chase McGuire. Or no, then it's Cole Snyder, then Chase McGuire. And then we've got the 9 of Enrique. I will butcher it every time. I'm just going to try my best. Thank you. Thank you. And then it's the 71 of Mike Campbell. Mike Campbell kind of hanging out in the back so far tonight. Car does not look the greatest, but also not destroyed compared to some of the guys he's got in front of him.
Catching up to the field here. We are 1 to green. We are going back green. This time by. Very quick yellow here. This is the final stage. 15 laps to go. Pace car is inside the restart zone, and green flag back in the air. Final stage here from Rockingham Speedway.
Oh, and Meredith gets loose on the bottom. Did he save it?
He did. Gonna lose a lot of positions here. Oh, they're still having issues. Arnold got
Chapman had a
hard in the
scatter.
wall.
Jose Ruiz right there. He had a
Oh, and the
pick up
20 of
also.
Peach is getting loose off of 4. He saves it. The 4 goes around him.
I think everybody knows it's the final stage. It's time to go. And while all this is happening, Chris Wright is pulling away, saying, "You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to be up here."
But that opens the door. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Meredith hard in the wall. He is going to spin, hit the wall. No caution. He keeps it up there. And he
Heavy
is still
damage.
rolling.
So, Adam, as you were trying to say in the midst of all the madness,
Yeah, Chris Wright, as everyone else is trying not to wreck, he's going to try and keep doing what he's doing. But as I say that, Jamal Hawkins with a huge run into Turn 1, trying to catch that 69 car. Looks like the gap has shrunk a little bit, but he's bringing that 20 with him.
And the fastest car in the race is Hawkins. We do have a caution, but I want to say Hawkins actually set the fastest lap of the session there. Everybody's going to have to pit here because it is a caution. Everybody on the lead lap has to pit. But this
caution is going to be the 71, I believe.
Yeah, this wreck, it appears it was going to be Mike Campbell and Chase McGuire. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what happened here.
And as you find that, Josh, I want to go back to your point. It's going to be chaos on pit road, what everyone pits here and decides to take. Oh, big inside contact with the wall and for both cars.
Yeah, Chase McGuire just got loose. I think Mike Campbell, he was trying to avoid
Yeah, that was just a reaction.
McGuire, and yeah, they didn't actually make contact with each other. Now I'm trying to figure out if there was a little bit of contact between McGuire and...
It does appear that there is contact, but it is after the fact of McGuire getting loose.
Yeah, it was definitely a result of McGuire getting loose there. Right here. Oh, man. Chapman did a great job trying to check up.
As looking at the running order when they came off pit road, it looks like top 5 is relatively the same with the exception of Jose Ruiz moving up into that 5th spot, and behind him you've got the 9 of Enrique Quinones. I'm going to mess it up every time. And then behind him is the 24 of Cole Snyder. And it does look like the 7 gets back out there and continues running and doesn't lose a lap because caution laps do not count with this race and this series.
And we are 1 to green. The lights on the pace truck are off. 11 laps to go at the stripe. We saw Hawkins was reeling in Chris Wright. Let's see if Hawkins can get a great restart here. And once again, try to run down that 69 machine. Pace truck is in. Green flag is waving. We are back underway, and a great restart from Wright.
Josh Arnold's going to race the 20 car for the 3rd position. That's going to make the Hawkins very happy and give him no pressure. Arnold couldn't keep it underneath him, though, off of turn 2. And it looks like it might just be a 2-car race for the lead at the time being. Huge run off the 4th corner for Hawkins.
We're going to be side by side. Hawkins gonna sail it in the corner a little bit too deep. I think they might have made a little bit of contact. Hawkins coming out on the wrong end of it. And he is going to be under pressure from Hunter Peach. Peach ahead of Hawkins. Let's see what Peach can do if he can run down that 69 machine. 10 laps to go here. 9 laps, rather, at Rockingham.
Yeah, it was an easy overtake for Peach to take on Hawkins as the 4 was out of the throttle completely, but he was a tough one on the 69, but he's got a huge run. The dominant car of the day, he's on the outside. Can he do it with 9 to go?
Peach is making that top roll right now, but you see Wright able to clear him there, forces Peach to cross over. And Peach, we've seen a couple times today, has he figured out how to make that run on the bottom? He sends it in deep. 69 gonna cross over. We've got a battle here. Oh, in the 20, dang near all but knocks the wall down, but he's still got his foot in it.
Big contact. Absolutely knocked the wall down basically off of turn 2. Follows in line, tries to cross him back over.
Try one more time here. Using that wall momentum. He's going to pull right up to the back of Wright. Wright left the door open on the outside. I wonder if that was planned from Wright. Try to make it pass on the outside. Peach using a lot of momentum sideways for that 20.
I think I seen both cars sideways coming off the corner that time. Guys, I gotta say, I feel kind of like we're calling a dirt race here and not an asphalt race. There's whopping positions. They're crossing over. They're doing everything here to battle for this win.
Peach is clear of Wright. What is Wright going to do? Try to respond. 5 laps to go here.
Bjerker's right now. I think you got to abandon the bottom here, and you got to go to the top and figure out what Peach found up there and try to build that momentum and get a run on him here as Wright continues to try to roll the bottom to get closer. I think he's faster in 3 and 4 as we have a caution on track.
It is Cole Snyder.
Big time damage to the 24.
See what happened here. Oh, Quinones caught the wall and got into Cole Snyder. Or I'm sorry, was that Quinones?
That indeed was the 9 of Enrique Quinones. And both those cars looking like they've had an eventful night here tonight. Just continuing on with the eventful night. .24 there, just a victim of circumstance. Happened to be the car right behind the car that knocks the wall down.
So we will definitely get the race off pit road. This is, I think, the money stop. When they go back, when they go back green, it will be 4 laps to go. Oh, Peach. I'm not sure if that was planned. He missed his pit box. Actually, few drivers just rolling through pit road. Once again, the rule states you have to come down pit road. It doesn't say you have to do anything. Peach, Hawkins, Ruiz, and Quinones, Snyder.
I think that's planned. I think they feel like they can make it to the end with the tires they've got on the car. And I see Chris Wright. I think he stopped in his box. I don't know if he took anything, but he definitely stopped in his box. So, big shakeup of the field here. Still showing the same leader we had at the time of caution, but as far as the guy that's been leading most of the laps, all the laps today until 5 or 6 laps ago, Chris Wright falling back.
And Chris Wright was stopped in his box for 14.2 seconds. I'm going to assume that was a 4-tire stop. 4 laps to go. This track, it is an old surface. He's going to have to drive it hard, but I think if anybody can get it done, he can. Is there enough time, though?
I think 4 tires works well for the line he's trying to run on the bottom because I think he's eating his tires by running the bottom. Whereas, like we've seen with Hunter Peach. Hunter Peach has been at the top all night, so maybe he's not burning the tire as much.
I think you're right, Jonathan. I think it's just going to be too few laps, though, and it's going to be too much traffic. But we've seen races get crazy. He could get lucky with another yellow, just has to stay out of the yellow and make it through, of course. And Hunter Peach has to hope he doesn't get caught up in something here racing Hawkins for this win. No, he's going to be super aggressive. And
Peach.
Look at Jose Ruiz up here in the mix in third.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Another driver up here hungry for it. Pace car is in. And green flag back out. Big bump. Oh, they're going to wreck.
Oh, no. The 4 and the 23. No caution yet. Both cars appear to be rolling. Still
It's
no
right at the
caution.
second.
That 69 machine is indeed up to second and chasing Hunter Peach. That 69 is a rocket ship with those 4 fresh tires. There might be just enough time left. We will see as we get down here. 3 laps to go.
I think that worked out the way Chris Wright wanted it to. The way he unfolded with no yellow and the cars wrecking in front of him pretty much.
As he goes down into the corner, looking inside here. Peach trying to hold him off. He cannot. Chris Wright to the inside. We are side by side coming across the line. 2 to go.
And, oh, man, Wright going to use up as much track as he possibly can. They almost make contact. Peach makes contact with the wall. That's going to allow Wright to get right up there, take the lead. Peach maybe trying to get him back up or not able to. Chris Wright just going to run away with it now. White flag is waving one more time around for Chris Wright here at Rockingham Speedway.
Don't rule out this 20 car yet. I've seen him go deep into the corners here, and I don't think he would do it, but Rubin's racing, and if he sends it deep enough, he might get to the 69 and try for a win as he goes up to the wall.
It's not going to work out.
Checkered flag is in the air. It's going to be Chris Wright taking the win in the All-Star race here at Rockingham. What a race. And I just want to say out of that start, that restart, I'm not really sure exactly if this was the cause of that. But I did notice Hunter Peach blinked out just before the restart. And he came back as the green flag was waving. I don't know if that checked up the field on that restart, and that was the result of that accident. But that's my guess, and I don't want to call anybody at blame. I'm just up here in the announcer's booth, but that's one thing I noticed, and definitely a bummer for everybody involved in that. But what a finish, what a win out of Chris Wright. Absolutely dominating performance. And he's going to take home a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 stages I think he took here tonight. And I got to give credit where it's due. That 20 car, he tried. I thought he was maybe going to send it deep into the bottom and get to Chris Wright. But if you go back and look at the replay, he tries the Chastain line. He absolutely tries to just ride the wall around the top and get as much of a run as he can, and makes it almost within a car length, but just short of what he needed.
All right, well, Adam, let's go ahead and have you talk to our race winner, Chris Wright.
Hey, Chris, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. How's it going?
Not as well as you, I assume. You won all 3 stages, dominated the race. You take home a bunch of iRacing credits in this All-Star race. First of all, walk through that finish. Crazy restart, and what was it passing Peach there at the end?
Yeah, we were pretty good on the longer run tonight. I felt like Peach was pretty good on the short run. I saw that at the start of the race. I think right there at the end, man, that was those 15 laps at the end, he was able to be really good. I would have needed a little bit more time to get him back, and then we got that yellow, and I basically committed to doing whatever he didn't do. If he would have pitted, I would have stayed out. When I saw him not be able to get to his pit box, I pulled in, took 4, and man, that restart was something else. They spun their tires and spun out, and I was able to make a move on the car right in front of me and come out of 2 running second and had 3-4 laps to pass him. And new tires are so pivotal here. There wasn't much he could do to defend me there with newer tires.
Absolutely not. You guys raced though door to door pretty much all night too. They raced door to door behind you. What was it like just dominating this race pretty much purely here tonight from Rockingham?
Well, it wasn't as easy, as you make it out there. Like I said, I felt like Hunter was pretty good. He had a really good pace for 10 or 15 laps, which is all you needed at the end. And when he was running that high line, like I couldn't figure that out. So he would have had me at the end. But through the race, it was just managing tires, making sure I took care of them, and making it last. And I felt like that's where I excelled tonight against some of the guys like Hunter. But man, at the end, it was just, it wasn't long runs, really. 25 laps, 20 laps aren't very long here. Rockingham's a place, though, that's awesome to run. Lots of tire wear, lots of, as you saw, different options to run out here. So it was a great track for the All-Star race. I hope it was a great show for you guys. It was a lot of fun to run around here. Even running out there in the lead, the car's not driving great. You're sliding all around and pushing and losing the rear a little bit. And it's a lot of fun to drive this place.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, and you mentioned you were running in second there with like 5 to go. If it runs green to the end, do you do what he does there on the last lap and maybe full throttle the wall there and try and knock it down there through 3 and 4?
No, I just don't. I think you saw it there with him. It's on iRacing, it just doesn't work like it does in real life. It slows you down too much, in these Xfinity cars, especially. I think if you're going to make it work, it's going to have to take something that's got a flat body on it, something flat on the right side. Maybe you could do it in the next gen car, but even then, I just think the sim's not real life, and the sim's going to automatically slow you down, so you don't gain an advantage from it. It's kind of the way they built the sim.
Of course, and real quick, before we let you go, who do you like to shout out and thank for a wonderful night here all around at Rockingham on the racetrack?
Yeah, everybody at NAOR. It's a lot of fun racing with these guys tonight, as it is every week. Suzuka was a great race. I would love to have talked about that. That was so much fun to run Suzuka last week, and great run there for Nick over there too, and the doubleheader, and all these guys that race in NAOR, and Josh Arnold puts on a great league. You guys here at JCTV, I always enjoy going back and watching back the broadcast, and you guys do a great job. So it's a lot of fun to be a small part in a great series like NAOR.
Well, congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend and celebrate this win. And once again, I don't know. Have a good
All
one.
right, thanks, guys. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and New Year's too. If you guys had a good holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. You as well. That is Chris Wright, our NAOR All-Star winner from Rockingham Speedway tonight.
Yeah, great performance by him. And, it dawned on me that none of us picked him to win the race. Of course, you chose the 17 of Meredith, and I chose Peach. And, I came very close with Peach. But Wright, you can never count him out. And, I've noticed a trend. And I hate to say it because he is one talented driver, but Chris Wright, he does so well, and then something happens, and he doesn't close the deal. Tonight, it looked like that trend was going to happen again. This time, Chris Wright said, "Oh no, that's not happening," and he came out the race winner this time. So congratulations to Chris Wright. Guys, I did reach out to Josh Arnold while you were interviewing Wright there because there's still some money to give away. And it is the random draw positions. So Arnold said he's doing it right now. So I still don't know who's getting that extra money, but let's go ahead and go through our finishing results here from Rockingham. Chris Wright taking the race win, Hunter Peach finishes P2. J-Paw, Josh Arnold, he takes P3. Enrique Quinones, P4. And how about Cole Snyder in 5th place? Adam?
Despite the crash, Chase McGuire ends up 6th with Zachary Meredith in 7th. 8th place is going to be Mike Campbell. Jose Ruiz in 9th after that late crash. So is the 4 of Jamil Hawkins. Jonathan?
And rounding out our last 3 drivers on the field, the 11 comes home in 11th. That's Andrew Chapman. The 21, who we noted retired early tonight, Austin McGill. Great showing early on. Showed that he had speed, just a little early race incident and never able to recover and parks it behind pit wall. He finishes up P12. And our non-shower of the night was Zach Wareham. Gets scored with 13th, but I don't think he'll be receiving any credit for this race.
All right, and we have Josh Arnold here with us. So I'm kind of excited, mainly because I love giving away other people's money. So, Josh, who's getting the random draws tonight?
Random draws will be Cole Snyder in P5 and Austin McGill in P12 were our 2 random draws post-race. To follow up the other money, it would be Peach won the pole, so he gets the $5, and then Chris won everything else and got $25. So not much, but hey, this is a free league to join. So, but yeah, I mean, what did you think about that race?
Man,
I thought it was.
I thought
front,
that
it was really good.
Yeah, I thought that was just incredible. The top 5 for most of the night all did a great job. You, Josh, you ran a great race as well. Just kept fighting out there. I'm kind of curious from your perspective, what it was like driving out there. What were the challenges in trying to battle with a lot of these guys as well on the surface?
Well, I mean, getting your speed up, especially out of some of these corners at most tracks, you're trying to keep it smooth as you can, to get that speed for the straightaway. But here, I mean, you were battling that wheel every second, even sometimes down the straightaways, as you can see, down that backstretch. But really just tough to pass. And then, you had to use the outside to try to make your passes. But just a really bumpy racetrack, like I heard you talking about before the race when we were qualifying. Y'all were talking about how bumpy it was. You could feel every bump in that track. So for us to be able to, there was quite a few laps of running side by side right there in front of me for the lead between Peach and Chris, and just how on edge you are to even be in the top 5. It's so much tougher trying to make those passes and stay side by side and clean and, not take anybody else out while you're trying to make a move. So, but no, I mean, just a really fun, tough track. That's what we like for the all-star races. Harder the better. So, but yeah, I mean, just a all around nice event. Wish we would have had more people out there, but I thought for the little small size that we had, we gave it a heck of a show.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one heck of a show that I think myself, Adam, and John enjoyed calling. And I just want to mention to the viewers that are watching this race, like Josh Arnold mentioned, you can feel the bumps. And I mentioned at the top of the show, I've not driven on this track in many years, so I don't remember how it is. But I can tell you from experience, specifically last night, and John can probably back me up on this as well, that what Arnold means by you can feel every bump is, with force feedback in our steering wheels that we have, you feel that in every single bump through your wheel. You see it moving around on the car. And John and I, we ran a league race last night at the old Daytona, and that surface is super bumpy. and we were moving around all night long at Daytona. This year, of course, much different, but you can really see the bumpiness and how every driver was really challenging their cars to get around this track for those 60 laps. So I think every driver did an incredible job tonight, and $40 was awarded to, well, overall to a few different drivers. So congratulations to everybody that won something, and what a race.
Absolutely, what a race. What both of you guys said was very exciting to watch. Very abrasive racetracks put on great shows usually, and I did again tonight, especially with that late yellow and the crazy restart that Chris mentioned when we talked to him about the C's pardon pretty much, and he was able to get through it and get through it with the win.
Absolutely, just great show overall coming from these drivers tonight, and congratulations again to Chris Wright pulling off. I can say he had to work for it, but for most of the race, dominant, just gapping the field the first two stages, and then we knew that last stage was going to get crazy. I don't think we anticipated a final restart crash, but we knew it was going to get crazy, and to come back from, I believe he was P6 on that final restart and get up to the front and pass Hunter Peach there for a win. He worked for it tonight, and he earned it.
Well, I think that's going to do it from us here at Rockingham. Next week is Dover. These guys thought tonight was challenging. We got the Mouse Monster waiting to reach out and grab some of these guys. That track, it is concrete, 1 mile long, and it is known as a self-cleaning racetrack. I am excited to see what these guys could do there next week. But, you could catch our other show tomorrow night, the BSR in the Pits News Truck Series from my favorite racetrack, Michigan International Speedway. I will be racing it. Actually, John, you'll be in the booth. Adam, you'll be pit reporting. And, of course, Dawson will be in the booth, as always, for that one. I am absolutely looking forward to that. And then, Tuesday night, Slide Jawb, they're still on their off season. So we will not have another race until Dover on Friday night. So I'm definitely looking forward to Michigan tomorrow night, Dover next week. Those are our two very awesome tracks. So it does it from us here tonight. Thank you guys, Adam and John, for coming on board. And big shout out to Josh Arnold, everything he does behind the scenes for this league and putting it together. And all the drivers, racists, all the fans watching. Hope you guys had a happy new year, safe new year. And we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Take care.